You hate ads? I hate ads. You know what I like? Patreon.com/inkdependence keeps this channel ad-free. Hello folks, welcome to Ink Dependence. I'm Mike, and this is a sample of Inkebara Foggy Blue, straight from Czech Republic, well, by way of Vanness pens. Thank you very much, Vanness pens, for sending this out for review. I have tried a couple of these inks now, and this one is such a banger. Foggy Blue looks like this on my usual Rhodia 80 grams per square meter paper, which is, I mean, real nice. Look at this really bright blue. In fact, I have reloaded this pen with this ink several times. I first inked it up back in last June, and it's currently March, so I don't know, what is that, 9 months or something like that? Whatever, I don't care. I love it. It's in this pen, and it's been doing great in here. So this is a franklin-christoph Model 46, and this is my bird pen, which has got a pattern that is sort of mirrored on the colors of the rainbow lorikeet. Sold these a couple of years ago, and man, such a good pen. The nib in here is a franklin-christoph. It is a medium sig. The sig is a stub italic gradient. It is a grind that my wife Audrey does over there at franklin-christoph, and look, it's a great nib. I love these sig nibs because you get these really nice crisp lines like you see in here, but you don't have to worry as much about your hand angle as you would with an italic. So it's kind of like in between a stub and an italic. It's got some really cool stuff, but looks great with this ink. And I say this ink has a medium flow. It has never had any hard starts or anything like that. It's not out of control. It seems like it's kind of got a perfect flow on it. Performance, a little bit of feather and bleed on the 20-pound Garbo paper, which is right here. You don't really see any, well, there's a few little feathers. Yeah, a few feathers in here. Just a little bit. And then here on the back, you see a little bit of bleed, but honestly, no more bleed than anything else. This is that 20-pound, 30% recycled copy paper that you'll find in your office copier because it's just kind of the cheapest thing around. So, Foggy Blue works pretty well on it, although, I mean, I don't know. I'd say it bleeds about as much as anything else. So, pretty good. Pretty good. The qualities, this has a little bit of shading, but it's pretty rare. As you look at these beautiful, beautiful words, you can see a couple of places like here where it's a bit darker, and a few places like here where it's a little bit lighter, but the shading is pretty rare. On most pages, you're not going to see that. So, pretty darn good. Let's go ahead and do a water test, look at some other papers and such, and look at it next to some other inks that are this kind of blue. I have a whole pile of them here. And as you see there, you can get a 60 ml bottle of this for $15 at Vanness Pens, or as I did here, a sample for a bit less. So, sort of mop this up here, get a little bit of a shake and a shimmy. Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. There we go. All right. Yeah, not a whole lot of water resistance here, although it's not entirely gone, so there is some hope that you could recover your writing if you got it wet. Now, let's take a look at the chromatography here. Apparently it's so nice that I chromatographed it twice, and there you go, you can actually see they're pretty much exactly the same. Just what's in this blue? There's blue in this blue. All right, let's look at it on a couple of other papers. Firstly, this is some Midori MD cotton, which is a paper that I like a whole lot, and this ink really pops on this paper. This isn't quite as white as the Rhodia and such. It's a little bit more of a cream color, but I think that the ink really pops here, and it looks great. So, yeah, looking good on here. I like that a lot. Also, here is my Galen Leather Everyday book. This is Tomoe River, and this sample right down here at the bottom. Pops pretty well on here, although I think I like it better on some of the papers where it is soaking in just a little bit, maybe. Although, like, I don't know, sometimes it looks a little bit almost fluorescent, almost a little highlightery on here, but very easy to read. Like, it really pops. I'm pretty impressed with this ink. And then lastly, this is my Inky Fingers Currently Inked book, and there it is, right there. And you can see I inked this up back in last June. And man, I just keep putting this ink back in this pen, and I think that's kind of a testament to how much I like this ink, because I hardly ever re-ink a pen with the same ink. But this one, and I've almost run through this converter as well. So yeah, this is one that I go to a whole lot. It lives on my desk in one of my pen wells a lot of the time, and it's been really good. All right, let's take a look at some inks that are a little bit close to this one. Here's the Foggy Blue on a Color Dex card. You can find a link to these in the description of the video. Here is Pelican Topaz and Private Reserve's Daphne Blue. Daphne Blue, I think, is kind of close to Foggy Blue, although much wetter and a little bit lighter in actual writing. Whereas Topaz, I think, is kind of a little bit dustier, a little bit darker. Then Tasha Sora, which is kind of close, but I want to say it's a little bit lighter and a little bit greener. Then you have Irishizuku's Konpeki. Everybody loves Konpeki. It's a gorgeous ink. It's a little bit darker, a little bit more sheeny than Foggy Blue will be. Then we have here Robert Oster and Vanness's Blue River, which is pretty close, I think, although a bit brighter and maybe a little bit, well, yeah, I'm just going to say a little bit dustier than this one. Although it's not coming out quite as dusty on the camera as it is in real life. Sometimes that can be a little bit deceiving. Then Kala's Air Force. These are actually a little bit difficult to get your hands on. You don't see these inks a whole lot. Shigur has I don't know, kind of disappeared for the last several months, and they have had a bunch of these Kala inks. But Air Force, nice looking ink there. And then Monteverde's Caribbean Blue, which is very nice and very Caribbean blue, but a bit darker than Foggy Blue, I think. And then we'll finish up with a couple that you can't really get anymore. Here is Seitz Krusnak's Arctic Blue. Seitz Krusnak seems to have been a casualty of the pandemic. They've kind of disappeared. And then Schaefer Script Peacock Blue. Those script inks also seem to have kind of disappeared over time. And I think this one is a bit more, is quite a lot paler than Foggy Blue, but another couple of standout blues. If you can get your hands on them, they are real nice. All right, so this has been Inkebara Foggy Blue. Hey, take a look at this graph up here. A whole bunch of people still are watching these videos and aren't subscribed. So if that's you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's it's free, and you can do that. We can make this graph look a whole lot differently. There you go. So thanks again to Vanness Pens for sending out Inkebara Foggy Blue for me to check out. I'm looking forward to getting some more of these in pens because Inkebara seems to be making really cool inks out there in the Czech Republic and pretty reasonably priced. So I would say check this one out. It is real neat if you can get your hands on it from Vanness or, well, actually I think it's the only place it's been selling in the USA. So there you go. You'll see me in another video coming up soon, and until then, peace out.